Yo, what's good? This is your boy Medina. We're here live with the Portland Pick.
Hey, so Medina, can you introduce yourself? Let us know what you do, and where you're coming from, and why you're here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a music producer from Seattle, and I do TV and film right now. So I got contracts with like MTV, do shows for them, and currently working on my album and gonna publish that.
Is this your first album?
My first album.
First album.
And I got some really cool collaborations, kind of reaching out to just kind of like sports athletes out there and other artists. Which I'll name here in a few minutes here, and just kind of getting out there as an artist.
That's pretty cool stuff. So, when the conversation we had earlier, you mentioned that you do a lot of things for MTV. You started working for doing stuff for MTV. What are you doing for MTV?
Essentially, just providing the music library. So,
Okay.
I'm making music, producing, and then I just forward them all my music libraries, and they then place it onto their shows, like background music. So when you're watching like Cribs,
Yeah.
or like True Life, or like Once Upon a Prom, or if you ever watch the Kanye West special, in the background there's beats. Yeah, there's beats in the background.
And that was you?
I got a lot of them. I got like 6 placements on that one,
Nice.
so that's pretty good for
How'd you get that gig?
So I met this guy named Carl, and years ago, must have been like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Online, never seen his face once at all.
Still?
Yeah, still.
Still, wow.
And we talk every month. We call each other, and, kind of business partners now.
Yeah.
So he had this connection to MTV, and I was doing video production like you guys are doing
Yeah.
now. So I know what you guys are doing.
A lot of work.
It's a lot of work, yeah, exactly. And I produced this show, which I still haven't published it. I still have all the footage. I still got the editing done, but I haven't published it just yet. And I was like, man, I got to get someone at MTV so I can kind of have them kind of help me fund the film and maybe help co-produce and assist with the making it bigger, right? So
Yeah.
he gives me this number, and I'm like, all right. So I call it, and this is a lady. I called it like 4 times. I left like 2 messages.
Yeah.
And she finally calls me back, and she's like, by the way, I don't know who you're trying to reach, but this is the wrong number. And she was kind of upset.
Yeah.
She was like, dude, why are you like stalking me or whatever? You know,
Why
like,
do you keep calling me, man?
yeah, who the hell? So it was kind of rough, you know. I was like, I feel like bad, you know. And so
You gotta be persistent, though. Keep
yeah,
it
so I
up,
was like, all right. So I was like, all right. So I apologize. I thought this was the video department, and so I apologize. But by the way, what department are you in? I just simply asked, and she was like, I'm the music director for MTV, and I was like,
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, cool. Well, I produce music, and I got a CD at Best Buy and iTunes right now, and it's all instrumentals, and I would like to send you a copy for you to maybe potentially use on your shows. And she just kind of pauses. She was pissed because she wanted me off the phone.
Yeah.
Right?
So then she was like intrigued, just like, oh,
Yeah.
you know.
So she was like, she kind of paused for a second, and then she goes, here's my address, here's my number, send me the stuff. And then I was like, and she got off fast because she was just pissed. I was like, oh shit. So I sent her, a copy of 100 Banging Beats, which is right there. And like a week later, she sent me a contract and was like, yo, we got shows that we got to film. I like your music, and I want to put it in. I was like, all right, cool. So since then, I've just been sending the music, and they just keep using it quarterly on episodes. And yeah.
That's a success right there in my book. I mean, that's, persistent. One thing that you were pursuing led to a completely different thing, which is
way
really
different.
Cool.
What was cool because my whole focus was actually for the music aspect.
Yeah.
That's why I want to get into video, because video editing and production, there's more opportunity there.
Yeah.
And once you find that opportunity, then there's more opportunity for my music, because if when there's production, you need soundtracks.
Yep.
And music.
We understand that. So
yes. So I was like, man, what's the best way for me to do that but to become a video producer and then start from there.
And then maybe even throw your own tracks in the video.
Exactly.
And be like, oh, where'd you get this track?
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool stuff you're doing with MTV. But what brings you to Society Nightclub?
So yeah, so I'm starting. I got ReverbNation.com /MIDINA.
Okay.
So that's where you can find my music,
Okay.
my actual tracks that I produced. And I'm just trying to get into the music scene and just do something different, something way off kilter, my own thing, just whatever, and just use my connections and put my music in the right places.
Yeah. And so that's why you're here now.
That's why I'm here now. So
have you ever played in Portland before? Or
I haven't played in Portland before. I've never been here, so
Really?
it was
Wait, you've never been to Portland?
This is an experience, yeah.
At all?
At all.
You've never even driven through Portland?
Never. I've probably driven through it,
Yeah.
but I've never stopped.
Stop.
Maybe
Hey, welcome to Portland. Like I say, it's a great place. It's crazy music here too.
I like Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Funny story. Probably Brandon Roy. He's a basketball player. He played for this team here, Portland.
Yeah.
He just called me today, because one of his cousins or someone was into music, And I met him like last week, and I was like, yo, I produce, and I produced a track for Stacey Andrews, who plays for the New York Giants, Super Bowl champs. And I told him, hey, I'm really getting into with athletes, you know, just, hey, there are a lot of athletes out there that like to rap, don't want to get onto a label because labels don't really believe in athletes for rap, but
they're good.
But they're good. And I was like, I'll produce the track, I'll come and you record it in my studio, I'll publish it. We'll go half and half, and let's see what that does, you know? So a lot of people are just kind of open to that idea. They're like, oh.
Collaboration is key to things,
exactly,
you know what I mean? Like, hey, especially with the internet and social media these days, you don't need a producer, you don't need a label. You need someone that's willing to produce for you, but you don't need a label to do it. Just split in half.
You're absolutely right.
So, smart idea.
Yeah,
smart idea.
So that's my next phase. But I'm also getting to the artistry. I'm starting to rap, write, flow, getting out there on the mic and just dropping stuff.
Can you do me a favor though? Can we see more of you in Portland? That's what we need.
If you guys want me back,
more people like you.
I'll try not to fall on stage, and maybe you guys will welcome me back. But if all goes well, for sure.
I'll call you.
All right,
we need to get over here to Portland and play a show.
I will, right after this interview, we will exchange phone numbers.
Sounds good.
And I'll text you, and then we're locked in.
All right, sounds good. All right, thanks, man.
All right, boss.
That was good.